Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin. I am Atari Nobunaga. In the last episode, we got enough ship parts to unlock the next level, the Forest Naval. Without further ado, let's begin this area here. The Forest Naval is essentially a very dark cave with a little bit of a desert setting, or at least that's how I see it as. In this region, I mentioned that we'll be getting a new type of Pikmin, which are the blue Pikmin. The blue Pikmin are able to swim underwater, and they're going to be very, very helpful for us in the coming coming days. Sorry, I could not work that out. Anyways, as a result, we're going to get 50 reds and 20 yellows. Reds are the reason why I have it like this is because, simply put, the reds make up the backbone of your army, and they're essentially the heavy infantry of your army, while yellows are largely specialists. Blues, on the other hand, are essentially be the equivalent of amphibious infantry. But since reds are stronger, obviously, the reds are going to have more higher priority. Check it out, they have mouths. It is a Pikmin of yet another color. Near this one cheek is what appears to be a set of gills. This trait suggests to me that this blue type of Pikmin can enter water without any trouble whatsoever. There's only one way to find out. And that over there is what's known as a bread bug, which are like the mini boss, which is like a bit of a mini boss of this game. And I say this because if you look in the map right here, there's a ship part inside that bread bug. What it does is that what you're seeing right now, if it would... No. See if I can hit it. No. Huh. So you can... Huh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. But yes, what they do essentially is that they grab little remains, such as a pellet or a small enemy, and drag it back to their nest. What you want to do is that you want to have Pikmin overwhelm the bread bug by having them drag back the pellet or remain back to their onions. This in turn, if I can show a bit. So he's going to grab it, we're going to get a Pikmin, and then this is going to happen. Bam! That took a... I can see if I can... There we go. And out comes the ship part. Thank goodness my space float. This float is an absolute necessity for any pilot who lacks skill at swimming. Now, while the bread bug costs 3 to carry, the space float requires 25 Pikmin. And since it's in the water, we're going to have to raise up our blues a bit so we can get our we're gonna have to raise our blue numbers a bit, so simply put, we can have the ship back at the, sorry. Simply put, we're going to need to raise our blues so we can get that ship part, at base. Think before you speak, Atari. This probably will be uploaded by Sunday, depending. I just recently finished up my exam. I didn't even realize that it was Friday until too late. When I looked over, I saw it was Saturday. Well, yeah, I just no. Yeah, I freaked out a bit. So yeah. So over here, pass through here, is another type of enemy. Kind of annoying, but they're not. Oh, whoa. No. Damn it. These are called shearwigs. What they do is that they just simply What they do is that they act like shear growth, but they have wings, hence the name shearwig. Shearwigs, when they're taking too much damage, they'll try to recover their health by flying up into the air and will just recover. What you want to do is that when they're in the air, just simply toss Pikmin at it. Yes, I know about that mechanic. Now there should be 30 blue Pikmin in the field. All of them are leads, so we gotta do something about that. If I bring up the map route for a moment, you can't see it right now, but there are a lot of walls here, mostly stone walls, that basically makes bringing back ship parts a bit of a pain to do so. Well, it's not in our plan right now. In the following days, in the following episodes, we will be working on getting rid of taking out these walls. Over here, where there's a ship part, there's a series of bomb rocks there, 50 of them, which we can use to break down some of these walls. Now, the walls here in this particular level are pretty tough, to say the least. So it will take more than at least, you know, like 3 or 5 bombs for the gray walls to calm down, for example. So with 30 blues on our in our command, we're going to have them carry back the space float. Up there's another ship part that we need to get as well, and with the shearwigs out of the way, that will make our jobs a little bit more easier. So let's call up our reds and yellows. Stop. Those rocks will contain nectar, but that's not what we want to do at the moment. What we're going to do right now is just simply have our yellows essentially work on this little I don't know what you call it, these bundle of sticks, that did not sound right, to essentially build a bridge over there to get that part. Now, I forgot to mention this in the other episode, but this here is what's known as a honey wisp. Honey wisp will carry nectar, and to grab the nectar, just simply throw the Pikmin at it. If I could. There we go. Now, with our 50 reds here, we're going to have to start working on this bridge here. This will connect the bridge to the lowlands down there. It will make things, carrying back objects a bit more easy, at least within the first day. Let's go over here and check out the ship part. I found the automatic gear. This thing chugs right along at its own pace. It makes piloting much easier, giving me time to concentrate on the finer points of space travel. So all the blues are so I'm gonna like show around the area a little bit right here. Here are some more walls that we need to take out with bomb rock as well as this black wall, which can be done with Pikmin, but it's more easier with bomb rocks. Over there is another boss called I can't remember his name right now, but it's a boss fight. There are a lot more sheer grubs and sheer wigs over here. And over here, these enemies are known as fiery blowhogs. As you can see, they blow fire, so they're very devastating for Pikmin that are not immune to fire. Now, we do have a type of Pikmin that are immune to fire, and that are the reds. It should be obvious based on their color, but whatever. Now we're going to have the reds focus on this. With now the sun reaching the middle point of the day, we're going to check up on the other Pikmin. Oh yeah, they're getting there. Looks like wait, why are there 19? How did you get over there? Oh, I think it got left behind. Yeah, that's what happened. Let's call it over. And check that out. The space flow goes for the automatic gear. space folk. An excellent swimmer like me had no need for something like this, but my motto is always be prepared. Really, it's just for emergencies. And now the automatic gear has returned. So we at least got the 2 ship parts that I had in mind to grab in our first day in the Forest Naval. Automatic gear. It has thin cracks running through it. I tried to fill them with dirt. I hope it will be alright. Skill repair is probably 100. That's like the most insane dialogue from Olimar that I've ever read. But hey, if it works, it works. That sound usually indicates that the reds are done tearing down that wall. I'm going to quickly get the yellows here to get some to pluck out the grass and get nectar, because we really need to upgrade our Pikmin here. There we go. Only a few of them got. Well, a lot of them got their flowers, but there's a few stragglers here. And if I have to get the reds, oh yeah, the reds are at the lowlands. So let's hurry and just simply get our flowers up, get our Pikmin up to flowers. And we'll meet them down there. Now, I should mention, these bridges, because they're at an incline, there is a bug, that's only in the GameCube version and Wii version. I'm not so sure about the Switch version. And it's not even, and the fans who dumped this ROM didn't even bother to fix it themselves. But there's a really devastating bug where if any Pikmin gets under the bridge, they'll get crushed automatically. It doesn't tell you when they get crushed. It'll just show you that the numbers would go down, and that just means that the bug just occurred. So yeah, so be very careful when dealing with these bridges. Now, as you can see, the fire does not really affect the reds here because, well, again, they're immune to fire. Now, over here is a very, very notorious enemy that most Pikmin fans would not be fond of, and that are the Wollywogs. They jump into the air and float for a bit, but then they'll come down. Any Pikmin underneath it, no matter how many Pikmin there are, will immediately get crushed. Gosh, they're super, super devastating. Of course, you can swarm them to overwhelm them, so they won't be able to jump up. And that is pretty much the strategy there. Anyways, let's have. So right now, since we have raised up the blues a little and got the ship parts that we needed, the rest of the day is going to be spent on trying to clear out the lowlands here of these enemies. Because simply put, we're going to have a lot of our Pikmin, the yellows and blues, focus on other things. As I said, we're also going to need to start breaking down some walls as fast as possible. No. Why would you do that? Why would you come back? Jesus Christ. And that enemy right there, that beetle, it's what's known as an iridescent glint beetle. Simply put, if you just throw Pikmin at it, it'll drop some pellets and also some nectar. So it's pretty good. That you just throw Pikmin on top of them, so that way they can be able to, like get nectar and whatnot. It's one way to raise some flowers. Now there's another ship part there, but it's not really exactly our priority right now. Our main priority is to get the bomb rocks over here, and at least break down the walls here. So while they're busy on that, we're going to have our reds clear out even more fiery blowhogs over here. Ow! Okay, don't get close to them when they do that. Case in point. And that sounds like the Pikmins are done. The yellows and blues are done constructing that bridge. With the fiery blowhog, you gotta be careful. Okay, for this fiery blowhog, ow, gosh darn it. With this fiery blowhog, you want to be careful where it's pointing at. Because the fiery blowhog can throw the Pikmin into the water over here, and that can be very, very devastating. So just be mindful of that. Let's see if we can get the rest to break down this black wall here. It's going to take a while for that black wall to come down, but in the meanwhile, we should get the blues and yellows over here to work on the next bridge if we have enough time. That is, because we're pretty getting close to the to sunset. I found my gravity jumper. By manipulating the forces of gravity, this key component gives me the final boost I need to make the jump to super light speed. Good thing I found it. You know, let's work on bringing this part back to the base. At least as close as we can. Yeah, I don't think this is worth it. No. Don't need to carry that. We're not going to carry the remains here back to the base because simply put, we do not have enough time. We do not have enough time to do so. Not only that, like we're going to have to call the Pikmin over there to hurry. Oh yeah, there we go. We're going to have to hurry and get the Pikmin that are carrying that ship part back to base as soon as possible. Stop pulling on the grass. Stop pulling on the grass. God damn it. Ooh, crap. Stop! Jesus Christ, the AI. Okay. Oh, that was scary. At least it got to base. That's all that matters. I hope that's all the Pikmin. This was a super fast episode. If I sound very stuttery today, it's because again I just have to rush this because it's Saturday and I'm supposed to upload these on Saturdays. Not record them on Saturdays, but you know. W Rolly Rugs, as the great Chuck and Connery would say. 4 days since impact. Deep in the cave, I discovered in the forest, I encountered blue Pikmin. These blue fellows have something resembling gills on their cheeks, and they appear to be quite amphibious, surviving both in water and land. The wonders of nature never cease to stun me, even in this alien land. So today we have spotted 41 Pikmin, most of them being blues, and only lost one red from that stupid Mollywog. And because of that, I think that's it for today. So next time on Let's Play Pikmin, we'll be actually going back to the impact site to simply put raise even more blues, and also get the last remaining ship part over there. And probably in the episode afterwards, we'll be going back to the forest hull to at least get the last remaining ship parts. I plan to get the last remaining ship parts. I'm sorry. I plan to focus the rest of the episode in the forest naval at the very least, because this is going to take a while for us to clear entirely. So with that said, I'm Atari Nobunaga, and I'll see you next week. Later.